Hello everyone, the CD is Nuts here, finally with a new album review. Today I am reviewing the newest album by New York rapper and record executive extraordinaire, Pusha T. This new album is called It's Almost Dry, and this is the much awaited follow-up to the critically acclaimed 2018 album, Daytona, which is easily his most critically acclaimed solo work. Obviously that is discounting anything by Clips, but Daytona is just it's an amazing album. I mean, it's short, no bullshit, and an incredible album that just goes so hard. I mean, for what it is, it's pretty much a masterpiece. Push's delivery and flow is always just brilliant. And Pusha also has another album that I think is great, being King Push. And this record is once again produced by Ye, just like Daytona. And honestly, I just want to get into a review. So let's get into it. Brambleton is a really, really cool track. Pusha's vocals, flow, and tone is still just as great as ever. And him sort of crooning on this cool-ass track with this really, really good beat by, I assume, Pharrell. I mean, this is just great. It's kind of a bit low-key for an opener, but I think it works great regardless. But Let the Smokers Shine the Coup is way more exciting, and I love this track. I mean, it may just be my favorite on this whole record. This beat goes so damn hard, and I think this sample all throughout the track is so goddamn cool and fresh sounding. And like I mentioned before, his flow and delivery is still so damn good, even well into his 40s. It sounds like there's a whole choir in the background of this track if you listen close enough, and I just can't get enough of this. It's so fast-paced, and it goes so damn hard, and it's really, really well structured. And then Dreaming of the Past with Kanye is the third track, and it's so nice. I mean, this production is so great. The piano is really, really good. And this whole track is just a reminiscent sort of track, as you can tell by the name. And this whole track and its structure is done really well with tasteful sample of a Donny Hathaway cover. And overall, this song is another great track. And then Neck and Wrist with Jay-Z and Pharrell Williams, which was a single to this record, has really good tasteful production and kind of a slowish pace. However, it's still effortless sounding. This maybe isn't my favorite track, but it has a really nice vibe and sound. It's just kind of dark tone-wise, and it's just a really good track. And then Just So You Remember is really interesting. Pusha sounds so close to the microphone, like I feel invaded, especially with his angry delivery. The line, just so you remember who you're dealing with, sounds so scary to me. Just the way that he says it. And the track instrumental is really, really interesting. The bass is very prevalent, and everything is just kind of tense and sinister almost, tonally and lyrically. And this is just another good track that tries something different. And then Diet Coke is another pretty good track. It's very vibey, with that production just carrying the track, which obviously isn't to say that the track doesn't have its own merits. Obviously it does. And if anyone else but Pusha T was delivering and handling this track, it would get boring and repetitive, but luckily, it doesn't get that boring for me. And then Rock and Roll with both Kanye and Cudi is presumably the last track we will ever see with Kanye and Cudi together, but their swan song together is just kind of a little bit boring, which is sad to see. I mean, the features themselves are a little shaky, and I think that this track is just completely directionless in every way. I think the instrumental is nice, however, the production is easily one of the worst here. Just feels like there are a lot of loose ends in the track. And then Call My Bluff is a fine track. I mean, it's got this kind of hair-raising sound to it. Productionally, it's subtle, but intentional in what it delivers. The track kind of just ends up being a little bit of a blur. Even now, I can hardly remember what it sounds like. And continuing the trend of mess songs, there is Scrape It Off with Lil Uzi and Don Toliver. This track is just odd. These features aren't great. Don Toliver and Lil Uzi seem like they're just phoning it in, and this track doesn't have any really real personality to it. Like, where's the edge? Where's the Pusha T of it all? I just don't get it. Hear Me Clearly with Nico, though, is really, really great. It actually feels like Pusha T. His flow and delivery is better than I'd say almost anything on this album, and everything is just kind of aggressive, intense, and sinister, and I love that about it. The instrumental is really cool. This track is just addictive overall, like cocaine. So this is just, once again, another great song. And then Open Air is a cool track. There's that cynical laugh that has appeared on numerous tracks so far on this album. And even though Coke bars are so overdone for Pusha T, it never feels repetitive and it doesn't feel overdone at all. So Open Air is just a very cool track with a really good beat and sound. And another pretty great track, not much more to say. I Pray For You with Labyrinth and No Malice of Clips is the album closer, and easily one of the best tracks. It's just a very grand and beautiful song. I really don't know what else to say about it. The instrumental is really, really beautiful and adds a strong foundation with how it's produced. And Pusha on this track is really going for it, like he normally does with his aggressive delivery. Also, Labyrinth's vocals on this track really make it so much better. It's almost heavenly. And No Malice, or I guess just Malice on this track, is really great and on the level of Pusha T. So yeah, a great closer. It's Almost Dry is another good addition to Pusha T discography. You get a lot of his personality and persona in his previous works that you do here, and mixed with this Pharrell and Kanye production, there are so many bright spots on this album that are absolutely hard to deny. Despite the few weak spots, most things are just solid on this record. However, there are some things that I would change. Overall, just a really good album that doesn't quite hold a candle to Daytona. I'm feeling a decent, strong 7 on this record. Yeah, that's about it. Sorry if I sounded a little bit tired and mumbly. I woke up from a nap. I'm sorry. I'm really tired. I just want to go to sleep. Please let me go to sleep. Goodbye. And I love cocaine.